Yo, and what's going on, boys? It's your boy Snipescope here, bringing you my fourth ever video of NHL. And today we are going to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, that's right, boys. Some of your guys' favorite teams, if you guys watch this videos. And we're going to be talking about their whole team, their last season, firing of Brian Burke, obviously. And, yeah, so we're going to start off bringing in my big boy over here. He's a part of our channel, Level Mantis 559.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing fantastic.
So, we, are doing our third ever video on talking about the team reviews before season. Although the season's tomorrow, we're still gonna go into it even if the season starts. So let's first off let's talk about their past season.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. Not very disappointing. It was disappointing. Better than their usual, though. They improved. They fired their coach.
They did fire their coach. They brought in ex-Anaheim Ducks coach Randy Carlisle.
Yeah, they brought in the ex-Ducks coach. Obviously, it didn't go too well. They got 80 points. They took 13th place in the Eastern Conference. So, again, another disappointing season in Toronto, as it has been for the past couple of years.
So, the ownership, the front office responded by firing Brian Burke, their GM, who's done a lot for them. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot for them, but it wasn't good enough in management's eyes. So, what do? You fire them. You have no choice. They're not doing well enough. You've been there for the last couple of years. They were improving, but they weren't good enough. They haven't been the playoffs. They haven't been the playoffs in many years now. They haven't won the Cup since the '60s when there were only 6 teams in the league. So they had a good reason to fire them, and they went ahead and they fired him.
Obviously, it's not exactly his fault. He has the players on the ice. You have Kessel, Bozak, Kuhlman, Lupul, Phaneuf. You have the players on the ice, but we're just lacking. It's not GM's fault. They are just not binding together.
Obviously, it's not his fault. You bring the GM to do well. It's not completely up to him. But, if he doesn't do well, he hasn't done his job. He hasn't been successful. When you're not successful, you usually get fired.
So I pose the question of, if Roberto Luongo, the All-Star goalie in Vancouver, if Brian Burke made the trade to get him, do you think the marketing would and the ownership rather would let him keep his job? Because my opinion is that was the turning point of why he got fired.
Well, it's debatable. No one knows for sure, obviously, but you think of this, Roberto Luongo is a great goalie, and to have gotten him, they would have had to give up a lot or just a lot of talent. So they would be losing in getting. So even in the case they got him, they may just have lost on their defensive end or offensive end, on those ends, So as far as that goes, I believe it's part of it. I don't believe it's all of it. But, you'll never know, so.
You rose an amazing point of the trading away your assets that Brian Burke has worked for over the past couple of years, and it's all on the process. Why would you waste it when you only get 2 or 3 years? You take on a 9-year contract of Roberto Luongo. He's already in his 30s. You pick up a 9-year contract. Then on top of that, you're gonna lose some of your best prospects to get him, and you're only gonna be competitive with him for 2 to 5 years, when you could be competitive for a span of 20 seasons in 5 years. So I feel that not trading for Luongo was the better idea. But moving on, let's go to their fans. How are they they haven't been in the playoffs. How are people in Toronto and everywhere rather still like wanting to watch them?
Well, interesting question. Hockey, Toronto is very loyal to their team. As you've seen, they've sold out for the past couple of years when they've been very bad, just as they were last season. I mean, obviously, they don't have much else going on with the Blue Jays and the Raptors not being very good. Their Canadian football team is good, but they're in the summer. So that's aside from that. And Canadian football isn't very popular in Canada anyway. But anyway, they have very loyal fans. Of course, they would like them to be more loyal, but they're still making a lot of money from these tickets, and they're still getting fans showing up to these games even when they suck.
Yeah, and I think the fans are disappointed. Like, I guess the fans wanted them to trade for Roberto Luongo, but you know,
Yeah, but
those are fans that those are the fans like that are just like they are so sick and tired of it. Like when I'm a King fan, like I wanted them to trade for Richards and Carter, get everyone, but I mean, I guess it worked out. But you know,
yeah, that's absolutely correct. But but they're not the GM. The ownership doesn't go and hire a regular person to be GM. They were thinking about it. They were realizing that he's getting older and he's not going to be as good in a couple of years as he is now, and he's getting worse every year just from getting older. So they were thinking about it in the now. Burke was thinking about it in the long term. That is why they're very disappointed. But you know, it's going to happen, and when you are dealing with a team that's just not good.
I want to thank you for thank you for coming on my show today, Level Mandates 559.
Pleasure to be here.
And I want to tell you guys, the viewers, that there will be ton of videos coming up in the next short weekend. Opening day is coming up tomorrow. I'm going. Yeah. Besides that, I want to say leave a like. Please comment if you have something to say, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I'm trying to grow my channel. Have a nice day, boys. See ya.